Hello, welcome to my Design for Digital Applications prototype video. So the prototype itself, I tried uploading it on online, but it did not work. I mean, if I run the game, it will load up, but I can't actually controlling the headset itself. So let's close this and let's start it off with the exe file for Windows. Okay, so it's loading. Okay. As you can see, this is the app itself. This is the environment for the virtual bowling. Let me turn off the music so you can understand me better at first. So the environment itself is inspired by a neon sort of 80s sci-fi theme, mostly the neon and it being a minimalistic design. As you can see, I simplified the alley itself. It's mostly just solid colors. Even for the guidelines, they're just normal lines. As you can see, but it is also very neon-like. So the alley actually works. This is the scoreboard for when you're actually bowling. These are the balls you can pick up. That's a button which can reset the balls. For example, if you press it, not only does it change the color when you press it, but even if they're on the floor, they will go back to the original position. So for grabbing, you can either pinch your hands, either left or right. For example, I picked up both balls with both hands. And there's also the distance grab, which I grabbed from a distance like that. So another thing which I wanted to keep in mind when designing the app is to be consistent. For example, everything that is white is kind of interactable, but in a sense, for example, when it's red, there's something off. For example, in this case, there's no ball inside. For the buttons, for example, let me throw let's see. Oh, I don't think that will be a strike. Okay, as you also might have heard, there's also sounds. For example, when the ball hit the lane, it made a stomping sound, and each pin has their own sound as well, which is either one of two sounds. So there's a bit of a variety between the pins. As you can see, it also updated the scoreboard, which can also be reset. Which reset the balls, the pins, and the scoreboard itself. So okay, that's as you can see, it's red. As I was saying, if I throw the ball, that's red, and also that's red, since they cannot be pressed. Whenever I press it, nothing happens. But as you will see, the ball itself will spawn right there again after resetting. The knocked over pins are then calculated towards the score, and they're actually deactivated for now. So if I have another ball, let's see. Okay, maybe a spear? No, not a spear. Well, I will actually miss the next shot to show you. If it's a miss, you can actually see that it's actually true to life how bowling actually works. For example, there will just be a hyphen, as you can see, and the score keeps updating from one to the other. Difference is when you get a spear, it's a slash, and when it's a strike, it's an X. And when it's a spear, the total will also count the next ball. And when it's a strike, it will count the next two. So it will update the previous ones as well, depending if it's a strike or a spear. Okay, let's keep bowling. As you can see, if I try to throw another ball, it doesn't let me, since there's already a ball in there. So it doesn't mess things up. Okay, let's do misses. Okay. Oh, maybe a strike? Maybe? Oh, actually a strike. So that will succeed. That's 12-19, and you actually kind of get another. Two. One. Let's see if it updates. Yeah, it updated the score. So there's a 7. So now it's second. Now, one thing I wanted to add, because it's kind of really quiet. There's also the audio area where you can actually press it by yourself. You can go back. Skip the song. Now, these songs are all royalty free by Dark Fantasy Studio. Actually purchased a pack from Humble Bundle, and I can actually use them for game projects. So yeah, this is the author, and this is the song image update correspondingly to the song. Even the icon changes, and as you can see, the icon goes down with the button, not just it doesn't just hover. Even for these, there's 2 different materials being the red indicating there's something wrong. It's also on there as well. Okay, I mean the boss can be placed back manually as well. So let me just resume so I can show you that it works. Okay. 1. That might be 1 pin, 2 pin, maybe 3. Do 2 probably. Oh, 3. Okay, it's not bad. As you can see, I mean, there's also different colors, multiple colors. Even though they don't all match up, I wanted to have multiple colors, since some people might prefer something I don't like is the green. I think it doesn't really fit with the theme, but some people might actually prefer a green ball compared to another more stylistic ball which fits to the environment. Let's, oh, well, that I mean, this is a prototype. There's still bugs, even though it's built on Unity, and I'm using the OpenXR and AutoHands plugin and asset. I'm still very new to VR and 3D games. This is actually my first 3D game I developed, and I actually made a collider just in case. For example, if the ball lands here, as you can see, it will take around 10 seconds, and it won't count it as a shot, but it will spawn the ball right back there. So let's continue. As I said, it's still a prototype. There's still things that are will be fixed. For example, even with the balls there would be more colors. And a limitation of the AutoHands asset, I wanted to make it where you can use the laser pointer for both hands, because that is more accessible, since not everyone is right-handed. But that's another limitation of the prototype. What's it called? The prototype asset. I'll plug in. Okay, let's maybe get a spare. Actually, I might. Yeah, nice. Now let's see who's there. Yeah, there's a spare, and as we will see, the next ball will also update that number. Remember, it's 48 right now. So this is actually a custom material made using Amplify. It's actually animated, as you can see. It's actually the first shader I ever made as well. Oh. There's still this area is still kind of bugged sometimes when it lands between these two. One thing to know, there's colliders literally everywhere. The player can't fall off. There's no way the player can fall off. No way. For example, even for the balls, you can't. No. One cool thing though is that the buttons, since they're, it's a diegetic kind of element because you actually do it with yourself, which is more immersive. Even when I throw balls, they work because it's not dependent on just my hands. Even for example, when I reset the balls, it disappears and changes there. So let's finish the game. Okay, because I turned around. Okay. Also, not only did I make the rings, I mean the environment has a very circular vibe. In the buttons, they're circular. These are the bowling alley circular. Yeah, the rings. I also added the two moons from Star Wars. It's more of a homage, like a reference to it. I mean, but that's the more circular vibe and adds to the environment. And since it kind of adds a story to it, it doesn't make it an empty environment. It doesn't make it as boring. For example, if there was nothing, it's just seeing the same thing over and over. Okay, so this is the number updated. With that, it's now 56. Okay. No, I think that's a miss. Maybe one? Yep, one. Nice. Okay. I think this is my favorite ball. As you can see, the balls actually have their own lighting. Not only do they glow, because the glow is mostly faked with a bloom effect, but for performance and the limitations of Unity. But they also have their own light. Most of them, except for that ball, for example. This is the only ball that doesn't have a light, as you can see. Oh. You can see if I throw another, it doesn't go in. Let's finish the game because there's not much I can really show. One thing to note is for the final. Let me show this. The very. Oh, that might be a strike actually. No, not a strike. For the compared to the other rounds, round 10 has an extra round, but it is only activated when the player either gets a spare or a strike, basically getting a minimum of 10 pins knocked down in the round 10. Okay. And one thing to note, there are multiple bowling types. Is the 10-pin version. Oh, that's clearly a miss. Okay. Let's see. Let's actually turn on some music for now. Nah. Yeah, Neon God. Let's go. Okay. Oh? Maybe... Oh yeah, that's right. So, one thing to note though, since this is still a prototype build, the scoreboard isn't 100% accurate. For example, the strike didn't make it, didn't unlock the third mini frame, kind of. So, I mean, other than that, this is still the prototype design is more important for being that it feels good for the user, and the environment is appealing, and it is very engaging with the use of diegetic elements of actually doing things with your hand. It's not just aiming and just going from one menu to another. You actually do it yourself. You engage with it. That was actually the goal for myself, to make it more an engaging and interactive experience. I hope you enjoyed this prototype. I wish you could actually try it yourself. For the assignment, I'll actually be uploading the Windows build for it, but it only works with an Oculus or Meta headset. Something I failed to mention during the recording is that the player actually can move around with the analog sticks on the joysticks. With the left joystick, which is normal to normal games, you actually move like horizontally, and with the right analog, you actually look around instead of moving. This is actually very helpful, since for small environments, even in my environment, it is very small, so most of the time I couldn't actually walk physically, since I would bump into a cupboard or a fan. But those controls can actually be used for smaller physical environments. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed it.